Spring has sprung. MMA fans are currently buzzing from some major scandals that recently went down involving some top stars from the fight game's biggest promotion, the UFC. We're putting the spotlight on the top stories because you know the fight doesn't stop even when the ring is empty. This is MMA Spotlight. Fresh off a unanimous decision win over his bitter rival Jorge Masvidal, top-ranked welterweight Colby Covinton was unexpectedly dragged back into the match when Masvidal attacked Covington outside a steakhouse in Miami, Florida. The Miami native Masvidal, perhaps emboldened by being on his home turf, sucker punched Covington outside the restaurant. Covington called the police to report the assault, having suffered a busted tooth. To add massive insult to the injury, Covington's Rolex watch was also smashed up in the scuffle. Understandably, Covington has pressed charges. Masvidal is due in court in late April and has pleaded not guilty. The two-star fighters, both with huge and controversial personalities, had a notorious falling out years ago despite previously being close friends and teammates. Personal insults were exchanged before and during their recent bout, adding to the bad blood. UFC star turned analyst Chael Sonnen has been suspended from his commentary duties at ESPN following a slew of charges being filed against him related to distributing assault of some strangers in a hotel in December. While walking in the halls of the Four Seasons in Vegas, the hotel guests encountered Sonnen in an inebriated state, and the retired fighter allegedly attacked without provocation. The victims shockingly described Sonnen throwing punches and elbows and even trying to choke them for no apparent reason. Sonnen's wife, who was also observed with injuries, said that she and her husband had taken sleeping meds that night, leaving no recollection of the event. Though felony charges have been dropped, Sonnen faces multiple misdemeanors, and his future as a personality in the MMA world is questionable. Last week we brought you news about the notorious Conor McGregor's reputation swinging up with a charitable donation, and this week, you guessed it, it's fallen again. McGregor has been arrested for dangerous driving in his hometown of Dublin, Ireland, and faces a staggering 6 months potential in prison if convicted. His ritzy Bentley Continental was briefly seized by police following the arrest. Fight fans are surely wondering what effect this unnecessary drama will have on the much anticipated comeback of the UFC legend following his broken leg last year. Veteran UFC star Nate Diaz has requested his release from the world's top fighting promotion in about the most unprofessional way possible, via a Twitter post. The often irreverent Stockton, California native tweeted his desire to leave the league on Saturday directly to President Dana White, apologizing for the method of his request, but explaining that he's got shit to do. Diaz's value to the UFC seems to be at an all-time low, going 1-3 in his last 3 fights, but he remains a crowd favorite as always. Fight fans will definitely be watching closely to see how the UFC's top brass responds. Meanwhile, one of UFC's young rising stars has publicized what many consider a paltry paycheck following a big win at UFC's Fight Night event in London last Saturday. Liverpool, England's Paddy the Baddy Pimblett revealed he received $12,000 to take the fight, and an additional $12,000 to win. To his credit, Pimblett earned a Performance of the Night bonus, bringing his total earnings to $74,000. But considering his already huge presence in the promotion, his base pay seems underwhelming. Pimblett, who fights in the crazy competitive lightweight divisions, is still relatively untested in the UFC, despite his 18 pro wins. What do you think? Does the baddie deserve top dollar for a spectacle he brings along with him, or does he need to wait his turn? More drama is to come as these stories unfold, because even when the ring is empty, the fight never stops. Be sure to hit subscribe so you can get it all in one place on MMA Spotlight. See you next time, fight fans.